Absolutely. And everybody laughs, right? All the puppets in the crowd, they laugh. They think it's a big joke. Just another one of these people, right? Connected to witchcraft. Even admitting to having an altar built by his wife at the stadium. This is what I fear with New Age Christians. This is what I get very nervous about. Is New Age Christians are the same ones who believe in healing stones and all this other stuff. This is called magic, not Christianity. God forbids that we practice and participate in these types of things. But what a coincidence, right? Tom Brady's married to a witch who's worth, hundreds of millions of dollars. Lord knows what she's been paid all that money for walking down a runway in somebody's clothes. Is that what you get paid hundreds of millions of dollars for? She's another one of these high-ranking witches, and she's probably his handler. Wouldn't be surprised. So he admits to having an altar. He admits to his wife being a witch, a good witch. Well, I've got news for you. There's no such thing as a good witch. All witches are scum. And that's the bottom line. There is no such thing as a good witch. I wonder what other rituals were performed. Well, we know that Tom Brady was just featured on the Baphomet beer cans, right? The Samuel Adams goat beer cans. So that must be a coincidence too. So we have him referring to himself as the GOAT. All these other coincidences around the Super Bowl where the head coach, Bill Belichick, 66 years old and wins his 6th Super Bowl. The other coach is 33 years old. During the post-game interviews, they decided to leave the number 36 on the clock in the background, right? Your 36 is your 666. All this stuff must just be a huge coincidence. And all of these people admitting to being witches, articles coming out from Yahoo talking about how witchcraft is on the rise, how more and more people are turning to becoming witches than they are to becoming Christians. And then people come here and they're like, witches aren't real, witchcraft's not real. Oh, right. And then every movie from Harry Potter right on down the list featuring witchcraft and demonic possession, all these movies like The Conjuring and Paranormal Activity. I mean, how much more obvious can this stuff get? But you see the crowd, right? He's talking about an altar, superstition, says his wife's a witch, and everybody giggles and laughs as they worship their idol, as he's laying there getting shaved by Gillette, the same company who, of course, is doing everything they can to attack manhood, and you don't see any of these athletes have a problem with doing and promoting Gillette when Gillette's coming out and saying that men are horrible people and men need to change and men are bullies. I mean, when does the idiocracy and all the hypocrites in our society, when does all of this stuff stop and people just start wiping the snot out of their noses, the snot out of their eyes, the eye boogers out of their eyes, and start waking up to what's going on? Because this stuff is everywhere. It's almost like a day doesn't go by where there's not something out there that's these people revealing themselves, and someone like me is covering it, and then they go, oh, come on. He wasn't being serious. He wasn't? He was only talking about it for not 90 seconds about, healing rocks and, altars, having altars built. I mean, are regular people having altars built? I mean, we okay here? I mean, clearly the guy is a Satanist, and again, like they said with the Baphomet thing, but, they blow it off. They say 6-time Super Bowl winner Tom Brady, as he had his playoff beard shaved off for charity on Thursday, reflected on how his wife has used some unconventional methods to help him stay so successful. He says, I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. He said she's so about the power of intention and believing things that are really going to happen. Well, guess where you hear about the power of intention? And these books that come out, like The Power of Now and all this stuff, the power of intention, this is witchcraft. The most important thing that these scumbags do in their rituals is have the power of intent when they're doing these rituals. You can even go look at it. If you don't believe it, you could research witchcraft yourself or listen to these witches openly talk about it. How important the power of intent is for them to get the spell cast that they want to cast to have it work. Brady says, she always makes a little altar for me at the game because she just wills it so much. I mean, he says, and I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones, and she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. I say all these mantras, and I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I just shut up and listened. Brady said at first he thought it was kind of crazy, but it works. He said, I did all the things, and by God, you know it works. Right? Unbelievable. And this isn't just them admitting this stuff. This is how they indoctrinate people out there. Who are the ones who idolize this guy, right? Lots of people. You'd be surprised how many people idolize athletes and want to be like them and think of them as heroes. How many young kids walking around with Tom Brady jerseys on, and they're going to go, well, Tom Brady was successful. You know, he's got an altar, and he's using stones and necklaces that his wife makes, and he's doing mantras. Then you're going to have kids doing mantras, right? For those who don't know, mantras are a word or sound repeated to aid concentration in meditation. When they're channeling these demons that they become possessed with. Oh, but we're supposed to believe that Tom Brady is such a great athlete because sports aren't rigged, or because he just drinks so much water in his T12 diet. It makes him at 40-something years old better than anyone's ever been. I mean, give me a break with this stuff. I mean, I can't even believe what I'm reading. I can't even believe how out in the open this stuff is, and nobody cares, right? Look at all these articles. Here's the kind of crazy ritual Tom Brady's good witch wife has him doing. Tom Brady opens up about his wife and protection stones. I mean, it's all over the place, and people are looking at it laughing, and they're like, that's so cool. Maybe I'll try that. Is Tom Brady a pagan? He's not a pagan. He's a Satanist. We should just eliminate the word pagan, you know? Because they use it as another cover. They're like, I'm not a witch, I'm a pagan. You know, I worship trees and nature. Yeah, well, guess what? I piss on trees and nature. Alright? It is time to make people aware. I'm trying to be as calm as possible, as you can tell. Because I'm sick of, I have to tell myself to be calm before these videos, because so many people don't get the message because they're like, you're yelling so much that I can't even get the message across because I feel like you're yelling at me. Okay, well, I'm not yelling at you, the listeners. I'm yelling because I'm passionate. I'm yelling because I care. I'm yelling because I'm sick and tired of seeing children indoctrinated with Satanism, witchcraft, and the occult. This whole do without will mindset, you know? Love is the law. This is all Aleister Crowley teaching, so we're seeing it all around us, right? Love, 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 everybody love, be tolerant of everything, be accepting of everything. It's disgusting. It's sickening. It's Satanism at its core. And then to see these people come out there and laugh, these people who are, they think it's a big joke about witchcraft and stuff. And they don't even realize that they've been being indoctrinated with witchcraft since they were kids. You know, every Disney movie you've watched as a kid is about witchcraft. Snow White, guess what? It's about witchcraft. Beauty and the Beast, it's about witchcraft, right? And the Rose. Cinderella, witchcraft. Harry Potter, witchcraft. I mean, the list goes on Hocus Pocus. But think of all the Disney movies, right? The Magic Kingdom, magic and witchcraft. And then these athletes and stuff, and these people out there like Oprah Winfrey and Eckhart Tolle and Tom Brady. All they're trying to do is indoctrinate you, the people out there who go, well, I want to be successful. I want to be rich. Oh, yeah? Well, start by sacrificing a child and joining a secret society and doing disgusting, disturbing things. Because that's really how these people become rich and successful, and practice magic and do all that stuff. But they convince people out there that all this stuff is through hard work, and you could do it too, right? So they go, oh, I want to be like Tom Brady. What does he do? What does Oprah do? And what do? They come out and they say, well, we practice the power of now, the power and practicing love and being positive and conjuring positive energy and all of this stuff, which you might as well just label it all together as a pile of bullshit, because that's what it is. These people don't do that stuff. These people believe in balance. Their good deeds outweigh your bad deeds. These people are doing worse things than you could possibly imagine, including pummeling us with chemicals 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to make us sick, to make us fatigued, to make us not think sharp, to make us feel like crap, physically and emotionally. So here's Tom Brady openly admitting his wife is a good witch. No such thing as a good witch. All witches, guess what? Are bitches. Thank you for listening to today's show. Excuse my French. God bless all of you and your families.